What's up, you guys and ladies? It's Patrick again, back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well, as always. I have my notes right here, so let's get right to it. The title of this video is called The Low-Key Anger, Frustration, Anxiety, and Stress that Biracial, Mixed, Light-Skinned Men and Women go through. And I'm going to start with frustration. And I'm going to jump back in time, if you don't mind. From what I've seen from myself, my brother, some other individuals who were mixed or biracial, the frustration that we kind of semi went through, I know I didn't go through it cold-heartedly as to seeing others, but the frustration that we went through, growing up, growing up through and going through elementary school, junior high, high school, college. The frustration of having to deal with hostile, bias, prejudice, teachers, faculty, staff, and of course the students. In my opinion, I truly believe this was all due to jealousy. Due to jealousy because you come from a certain background, middle class. You had a certain unique look to yourself, facial features, skin tone, maybe the clothing that you wore, brand new clothing. And this was a gateway to be not picked on, but targeted. And you will be met with hostility from the teachers, but they will favor these xenomorphs, these its, these things, these dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned boys and girls in the classroom, as well as the ghetto, low-class Latino boys and white boys. You will see this all the time. I never seen the teachers, these white grown girl teachers, play favoritism to any type of biracial or mixed young male or female. Never seen it. It was always one-word answers or very hostile answers if we were to ask them a question about anything, on any subject. And that's where the frustration come in, because you say to yourself that you're a decent student who's excellent in the books, don't cause any trouble, don't start any trouble, you're quiet, or I know some are introverts and the other ones are extroverts, but despite all that, you'll still get them acting stupid towards you for no apparent reason. And because we already know that most, if not majority, of grown white boys and girls and white men and women know all about colorism and being a colorist. And I believe that they did this reverse psychology on myself, my brother, and other students back in the day, and even now to this day, who are biracial and mixed, light-skinned men and women who have this attitude towards us to favor, to coddle that grown, dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned boy and girl. Keisha and Tyrone. Enrique and Eric. The grown Latino boy of today and the grown white boy of today. And you will see this, and this was really frustrating, because you think to yourself, what the hell is going on? You're not causing any trouble. You're a good student. You're an excellent student. Shit, in some cases, you're a perfect student. You get all A's. Didn't matter. They still had that prejudice towards you. And then, when they found out, when you have, what is that? Parent night or something. I forgot what that's called. When the teachers set up the classroom for their students and their parents to come. Teacher night, or I forgot what it's called. When they would see that your dad is not white, and your mom is not white, that really made them very upset. For the mix, young male and females, not the biracial ones. And by biracial, I don't mean the cliche just black and white. Some of them were black and Mexican, black and Filipino, black and Chinese, uh, white and Chinese, white and Mexican. But let's put it on the forefront of who I'm talking about, the black and white. They didn't mind them that much, but they really were concerned with the young male and female students who were in fact mixed, and they didn't like that. You'll see it. It was this bullshit that they will portray. They were so phony. They were so phony and angry at the same time when they seen your parents. And then afterwards, the hostility will still continue. It didn't matter. So that's when you'll get someone like me or my brother, other students, you'll get frustrated because it's stupid. It's ignorant. But they won't stop what they're doing because that's how they were. They were wicked back then, and they're still wicked now. You see the same thing to this day. It doesn't even stop. That's where the anger comes in from some biracial mix. Young men and women and adult men and women. The bullshit of us having to fight in elementary school, fight in junior high, high school, college, and mild down. After you get out of college, you have, the adult years. Then you have to end up having to have words exchanged at work with these same xenomorphs and creatures. These cursed individuals, you already know who I'm speaking about. You have to deal with them. This constant bullshit of them talking shit, either indirectly or directly, or spreading rumors. And excuse me for cursing. I know some biracial and mix young male and females, they were bullied, I guess. My brother and I, we weren't, because we were the ones who would fight back. And we were the ones who would help the other biracial mix male and females. We'll help them if they had a problem. It was appreciated. We shouldn't have done it. We didn't get in trouble, but still, we had to help out. And we didn't do it because they were mixed and biracial. We just did, if it was anybody, I was one of those guys, if it was anybody getting picked on, I just didn't like to see people getting picked on. I didn't care what they were. But, particularly I would always see these biracial young male and mixed young males getting picked on by who? The dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned boys. And they thought they can pull that shit with me and my brother. And then when they realized that they couldn't, they wouldn't mess with us, but they'll still mess with the other mix biracial young male and females. You already know the name calling, throwing objects in the classroom, doing stuff during what is that called? Recess and all that stuff. You see all this stuff. Even now, in the adult years of living, you'll still get this xenomorph at work saying something stupid, saying something crazy, both the grown black boy and girl and that low-class white boy, as well as that white girl and that Latina and Latino boy and girl running their mouth all day long, trying to spread some stupid rumor so it can get back to management and you can get in trouble. This is where the anger comes in. And I've seen plenty of mixed guys back in the day in elementary school, young boys, young males, not boys. Junior high, high school, college, I would see them, you got that xenomorph running his mouth, as always, just running his mouth, and then they'll get into a fight. And the fight wouldn't last no more than 15 seconds because this mixed boy, who probably had a lot of anger and frustration in him, got the best of him, beat his ass. And I would see some of the mixed girls do the same thing, because that's what they do. They know that they're terrorists. They terrorize people like animals. Like untrained animals, they terrorize people, that grown black boy and girl. And that white boy as well. But when they realize they're not strong enough, they're not tough enough to fight someone who probably been already in 5 to 7 fights, 10, 10 to 13 fights, then they realize they're not as tough as they thought they were. And that's what I used to always see. To this day, you still see it. You still see it. Now, for you weak individuals, you weak biracial boys and girls, you mix boys and girls who used to allow to get bullied and talked about and spat on, I don't feel sorry for you. And I know there are a couple in the comment section who are weak like that, who allow these dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned boys and girls to talk shit to them, even though they're friends with them. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You'll be friends with someone who's talking shit about you, right? Okay. Okay. So that's where anxiety comes in, right? When working or socializing, everyone has a problem with biracial mix, men and women. And that's just the truth. Everyone has a problem. Some will say, I don't have no problem with them. I ain't got no problem with them. I ain't worried about them. Yeah, sure. So why when this white girl or this Latino girl, or this Asian girl, or this black girl, or women talk to one of us, why do you get so belligerent? Why do you get so upset for? Why do you get so upset? Because you don't want no one talking to us. See, this is where the anxiety comes in when at work, or when you're at school, or when you're just socializing. You know, the worry of someone trying to start trouble with you, the worry of someone trying to talk about you, the worry of somebody trying to fight you. Most mixed biracial men and women go through this. Even the young men and women go through this. I don't have anxiety because I already faced this stuff a long time ago, me and my brother, as well as maybe two other colleagues that we know. We've been through this. So this is nothing to us. It's absolutely nothing. Having to deal with xenomorphs and whites and Latinos and Asians, Indians being jealous. But for some, they have anxiety. They have anxiety with trying to fit in, and they have anxiety wanting to be accepted. Now, when it comes to being accepted, they placate these xenomorphs' emotions. They try to calm their emotions by siding with them, by kissing their ass. For the females, for the biracial mix young females, they will degrade and talk bad to other biracial mix young males to get approved, that stamped nigga stamp, they want that stamp really bad. They'll do whatever it takes to be accepted so they won't get bullied or talked about. So they'll start talking about another biracial mix, female or male, so they can say, yeah, she one of us, also one of us. That's where the anxiety comes in, whether they want to be accepted or not. In most cases, they will do that to be accepted. Excuse me. Or being liked. This is where that comes in. That's the anxiety. That's where the anxiety comes. The anxiety hits them very hard when it comes to that like that. They do whatever it takes just to be liked or accepted by other people. You see it with the biracial mix males as well. They kiss ass. They talk about other mixed biracial light-skinned males right in front of these dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned hooligans, and they accept it. And he's one of us now. He's a nigga like us. And that's all they want. But you got the ones who don't give a shit. Excuse me for cursing. I know I'm cursing a lot on here. Sorry. You got the ones who don't care at all. They just don't care. They don't care to be accepted by your demon acts of stupidity. They don't care to be liked. And that was me and my brother and other people that we knew. We didn't care about that because we had other friends. Again, we're neutral. We're right down the middle. We can go to that side, we can go to that side because of our skin tone. And that's what they hate. That we're neutral. You see, when you try to go to an all white party, or all Latino party, or an all Asian party, dark skin, dark brown skin, boy and girl, you stick out like a sore thumb. Unlike us, we can actually blend in. Because if in fact we are mixed, I know some biracial people, they have a unique look to themselves, but I'm talking about the mixed people whose parents were mixed. Their dad is mixed, their mom is mixed, and then you end up coming out looking more mixed. We can blend in. And I think that's what you hate. And I think that's what you don't like. So we don't care to fit in or be accepted by your demon neighborhoods. But I know there are a lot of biracial mixed grown boys and girls, light-skinned boys and girls who want to be accepted and fit in with them. So they'll do whatever it takes. And that's where that anxiety hits them very hard. That's where it fucks with them a lot. It messes with them so bad. I see it all the time. It's so pathetic. It's really pathetic. It's like, really, you're gonna belittle yourself to be part of something that you're not even accepted, but they do it anyway. And with anxiety comes stress. It's like a whirlwind, like it's a turmoil. No one truly understands what biracial mixed light-skinned men and women go through in everyday life. Having to deal with, especially if you're a nice-looking, good-looking, handsome, cute, pretty, for the ladies. Good-looking, handsome, nice-looking for the men, and cute, pretty, good-looking, fine for the ladies. If you are in those categories, it's just complete madness. It's turmoil. We go through this type of turmoil, this type of stress, worrying about if somebody's going to say something to us crazy, worrying about if somebody's going to try to put their hands on us because the way we look. It's constant. It's constant, and people don't understand that. Man, I got problems too, you know what I'm saying? I got problems too. What's your problem? Trying to be accepted by a bunch of white folks, Latino folks, so you can try to mess around with their daughters, or for the black girls, try to mess around with their sons, because that's what you want. We already know that's what you want. That's why you worry and have all that stress. In your case, man, it's hard out here. How is it hard out here? Xenomorph. It's hard out here because you don't have an expensive car, a buttload of money, and a big booty white girl. That's why it's hard for you. Huh? And for you grown black girl, it's hard for you because you don't have that blue-eyed, blonde-haired white boy, a half-breed baby, in a house. That's the truth. That's the turmoil you guys go through. Things you can't have, things that don't want you. You don't go through no type of turmoil. You don't. Stop. You don't go through no type of trouble. Very few of you go through trouble. Very few. And I'm referring to the black men and women. Very few of them go through trouble. Before you grown black boys and girls, most of you don't go through trouble. You bring trouble towards yourself because you're evil. And that's just the way it is. But let me not go in that field. I'm going to get back on subject. The turmoil that is ongoing is because it's the constant worrying that we go through, that we face. Even back in the day, you'll tell your parents like, hey man, you wouldn't call your parents man. Dad, mom, this teacher's being real mean to me. Oh, no, they're not. But then when they go up there and and they see how hostile or the fakery that that teacher will act on, then they'll know. They'll know. There's a whole lot of stuff that went on. You'll see a lot of phoniness with just about everybody. And that's the constant worrying that most biracial, mixed, light-skinned men and women, young men and women go through, because they're always trying to find a place for themselves. But then when we in fact do find a place for ourselves, everyone gets very belligerent and upset. That's prejudice, that's racist that y'all got a little platform for yourself, only for y'all. Why can't we be accepted? Because you're not welcome, that's why. We don't want you there. I mean, I'm not part of no space or nothing, I'm just making videos, but it's just the truth. You know, when you don't have any type of proper structure, you know, we have proper structure, my siblings and I, for some, most biracial mix, young men and women, even older, they hate themselves because they don't know where they fit in. And you should be able to have enough common sense to know where you fit in life. You know, it's not hard. You have to be able to just sit down and not even think hard and know where you can go. You know that this person over here is acting stupid toward you like that. That person over there is acting stupid like that. Why don't you go find some like-minded people and don't hate yourself? Because it's not that serious. You should always work on trying to know other people who has similar problems as you, not in that negative way, but just an understanding, so you can relate. And who knows? Maybe you'll find someone for the ladies. They'll find a guy that's attractive, and they end up dating. For the fellas, they end up finding a female that's attractive, and they end up dating. That's how things work sometimes. But you have to be able to not hate yourself. Biracial mix, light-skinned men and women. You just can't. There's no reason for you to. You know, you just can't. I know that there are some who feel as though that they're not equipped enough to be part of something, but that's all hoopla. You know, you can't have that type of, that's like the mindset of a dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned black boy and girl, always negative all the time. You can't have that stupid mentality. You have to be able to wake up. Because if you don't wake up, you know, you'll be stuck somewhere, more likely, of course, in a state of arrested development, where you're not aware of the things that need to be known for you to process, for you to better yourself in life, with everything, and not just with, you know, what I'm talking about right here, just overall. You have to be able to have common sense and know that, you know, you hating yourself is just the wrong thing to do because you're mixed or biracial. You should embrace it. You know, there's nothing wrong with embracing who you are or what you're mixed with. But I know a lot of you, most of you, are just very scared, and you are willing to belittle yourself, degrade yourself, talk bad about other mixed biracial men and women so you can be accepted by the other people. Most importantly, those dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned boys and girls. You know, Keisha, Tyrell, Tyrone, Barbarian, Donquarius, Lalisha, Mamisha, all these little ghetto-ass names. You see it constant. It's so pathetic. You guys need to stop that and wake up. If I missed anything, just drop it down in the comment section. Okay? And I will see you in the next video.